So this is the book Purpose of Life. Hmm, let's find this part. Was Urashima Taro truly kind-hearted? In a Japanese folk tale, a young fisherman named Urashima Taro saves a sea turtle from being tormented by children and is rewarded with a trip to the undersea dragon palace, where he is royally entertained. When he returns home, he feels lonely and opens the jeweled box he was given, only to turn instantly into a white-haired old man. Once, when a Japanese speaker introduced this folk tale at an overseas event, his audience reacted with puzzlement. What's the moral of the story? They asked. Does it mean we shouldn't interfere when animals are teased? Is it warning us to be aware of beautiful women like Princess Otohime? He found their reaction surprising. The tale is traditionally taken to mean that we, like Urashima Taro, should be kind to animals. Yet there is a deeper meaning that is often overlooked. This is how the story goes. One day, a fisherman named Urashima Taro sets out to go fishing. On the beach, he sees a crowd of children tormenting a big sea turtle. He takes pity on the animal and tells the children over and over to leave it alone, but they won't listen. The kind-hearted fisherman then buys the sea turtle from them, takes it out to sea in his boat, and sets it free. The sea turtle thanks him profusely before disappearing underwater. Several days later, as Urashima Taro is fishing in his boat, up pops the sea turtle he rescued. To repay you for your recent kindness, today allow me to escort you somewhere nice. He takes Taro to the dragon palace at the bottom of the sea, where the lovely Princess Otohime entertains him with all manner of fine foods, and he has a wonderful time. When he eventually returns home and opens the jeweled box she gave him in parting, a cloud of white smoke rises, and instantly Urashima Taro is transformed into a white-haired old man. Can we really say that Urashima Taro is a kind-hearted lover of animals? His coming to the aid of the sea turtle might have been a fine act of mercy, but don't forget that he carried a fishing pole over his shoulder. He had already taken the lives of countless fish with his pole and would continue to do so. You may well ask, how can such a person be called a compassionate lover of animals? Urashima Taro is, of course, no criminal. He has broken no law. From an ethical and moral standpoint, he is a man of virtue. But the Buddha, who portrayed the true nature of human beings without regard for our convenience, taught that each of us is genuinely evil. We cannot avoid creating evil in our lives, even if the evil is done to sustain life. Like Urashima Taro's fishing, whoever commits evil must suffer the consequences. Human life is spent creating evil unawares and passes by in the blink of an eye, so that all too soon one is aged and alone. Perhaps that unflinching portrait is the real message of the story of Urashima Taro. Is it strange to say that all people are evildoers? Once an elementary school principal came to hear a Buddhist monk preach a sermon. Buddha's teaching that all people are evildoers had always struck him as strange, and he had been waiting for an eminent monk to come along so that he might challenge him on that point. The monk, having no idea what was on the principal's mind, began his sermon as usual. In the eyes of the Buddha, there are no good people on earth, all are evil. When the sermon was over, the principal went straight to the monk's chamber and said, "Just now you said that all people are evil, but some are good, are they not? Otherwise, even school teachers would be evil, and the system of education would collapse. I trust you will choose your words more carefully from now on." Having voiced his complaint, he started to leave. The monk swiftly bowed in humility. "I beg your pardon, sensei. I was unaware that someone of your high standing had come to hear my sermon. Please forgive me." The principal was embarrassed. "Yes, yes. Just make sure you don't ever preach a sermon like that again." He hurried out of the room. The monk followed him to the entryway and said, "Sensei, may I ask you one thing?" "What is it?" "Just now you said there are both evil and good people in the world." "Yes, what of it?" "I have a question I would like very much to ask you. Are you yourself good or evil?" After all he had said, the principal could hardly identify with evil, and yet the idea of calling himself good made him uncomfortable. He was unable to come up with an answer. "I'm not asking about anyone else," said the monk, "but about you yourself. Tell me this: do you teach your young charges that lying is good or bad?" "Lying leads to stealing, so of course I tell them it's bad." "Then I take it you yourself have never told a lie." "Everyone, not just the principal, can think of times in their life when they have lied." "What about quarreling?" asked the monk. "Do you teach them that it's good or bad?" "Naturally, it's bad." "Have you never quarreled with your wife?" Here again, marital spats are a near daily occurrence in every marriage. "Do you teach children that it is good to take life or evil?" "Killing is evil, that goes without saying." "So you yourself refrain from all killing?" "No, the principal said lamely. "Then you yourself, while knowing lying, quarreling, and killing to be bad, lie, quarrel, and kill day in and day out, yes?" As the monk pointed out the various ways in which the principal was committing evil in his daily life without being aware of it, the principal began to show signs of reflection. Soon he sank to the floor and apologized deeply. "The more I think on it, the more I realize I can't begin to count up all the evil that I have committed in my life without knowing. I beg you to forgive my earlier impertinence." From then on, the principal listened earnestly to the teachings of the Buddha. Okay, so up to here for today. Yeah, so reflecting on our unwholesome karma is how we are moving forward on our spiritual path and becoming less and less judgmental of other people. We have it all, so who am I to judge? So that's the beauty of learning the Dharma together. Today's Thursday. We're going to have advanced group session at 6 p.m. Pacific, and have a wonderful Thursday, everybody. Bye.
Thank you, Peter.
My pleasure.